All right, so today I got 5 to start that I don't wear, that I got sucked into some hype, and I did have some wear with them, but these are some familiar ones that you guys will see. I'm going to start it off. I'm not pulling any punches. I'm going to start off with a really big hype beast. So it looks like I got about 12 here. The further on the list goes, the more I wear them. So I might seldomly wear some of these, but I'm just sharing this with you so that you guys can be a little bit wary before you go ahead and buy something like one of these guys. Here we go. Let's start with Latafa Assad. Hype beast. Everybody loves the idea behind this. It is basically the Middle Eastern clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir, right? Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, if you never smelled that, okay, it doesn't smell bad. This is like this bubblegummy thing going on. It's got an ambery, spicy, kind of powdery, weird mix down. Like a lot of stuff going on in here. I mean, if I just look at the notes real quick, it doesn't build the character of what you're feeling here. But they say it's got black pepper, tobacco, pineapple, patchouli, coffee, iris, vanilla, amber, drywood, benzoin, and labdanum. Now the labdanum, that's like a old school. That's that old man smell almost. I mean, it's not always that way. Don't get me wrong. Like, so stuff like this, we're gonna get to that later. Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. Barbershop scents often have that labdanum thing going on. Anyway, this is like sweet, spicy, and if you never smelled Dior Sauvage Elixir, it's hard to describe because it could be like a lot on your nose. So the funny story, I did try wearing this again recently, and I was in Target and I'm in the aisle and this little girl's walking by with her dad. She goes, "Daddy, I don't like it. It smells like people." And I just immediately like smiled and I was like, "Yes, that is me you are smelling." But I didn't say anything to them. I just avoided them and tried to like, not be the center of attention. But some people, you guys might like this. You might be able to rock it. Assad means lion. It's got this cool bottle. I mean, it's a pretty trippy looking bottle. Yeah, it's not something that I don't think you could get through this bottle. If you own this and you start wearing like 2 sprays of this, it's very strong and it's going to keep going forever. So that's Latafa Assad to start you guys up. Super hype beast. People like really push this one. I mean, I can see where this thing gets pushed because it does have some kind of powerful masculine energy to it. And it does have a bubblegummy sweetness within that mix down, which is kind of refreshing compared to the other heavy stuff it's got going on in it. But yeah, so this is a beast mode deal. You're not like casually wearing this. Like, this is like you're making a statement, or you're a Middle Eastern rockin' dude. I have a couple that are coming up that I just have a really hard time wearing, even though I kind of like them, and at some point I was very attracted to them. So that's number 1. Let's get that out of the way. Number 2. Now this one is a designer scent, not a clone scent. I don't wear it a lot. Bulgari Man Black. Very cool little twisty bottle with this like really neat thing on the top. Bulgari Man Black. Very high quality, right? But the problem that I have with Bulgari Man Black is mostly that it smells like an old man smell. And the way I present, I just feel like an imposter wearing this. So if you ever smelled Spice Bomb Extreme, the extreme version, it's a spicy, woody. This thing's like the grandfather of that fragrance. Like if you smelled the Spice Bomb Extreme flanker, you've probably got close to this. But this one's got a little bit more. It's spicy in a way. It's got like a sweet thing. It's got rum and leather in it, and it's woody, kind of like tobacco in there, and then some animalic notes. I mean, if I look at the notes and read them to you, I don't know if this is going to help you, but here you go. So on the top you got spices, rum, and tobacco. I totally get that, right? I totally get that when you first spray it. Leather, iris, and tuberose. That's just complexity like crazy in the mids. Iris, one of my favorite notes. It's like a powdery note, but this does not smell Maybe it's got a little tiny bit of that powder, but it's so spicy. And then tonka bean, guaiac wood, and benzoin in the bottom. So, I mean, it doesn't help you to even know the notes, to be honest. It might, but, you know, it's like, oh, this is an iris scent. Well, not really. Because if you like iris scents, this isn't going to turn you on. This is something unique. It's got a real mature smell to it, older man smell. Spicy, sweet, rummy, kind of like, maybe you could rock this on a holiday, like in the cold, like Thanksgiving or something, sure. But I think I got spanked for this too. I got this at a store, totally screwed up. It's 60 ml. I think I paid like maybe $90 or something. That's just totally, you could probably get that for way less. I mean, I might even paid more. So I got it a while ago. It's still full. I'm going to try to sell it, I think. I just never wear it. It's like Spice Bomb Extreme, but like stuffy, kind of older smell. I smell this on some of our older patients sometimes, some of our older clientele, and I could tell what it is because it's very distinct smell. So, yeah, Bulgari Man Black. You want to smell mature? It's good. It's not bad, but like you definitely don't want to just blind buy this. I did. I was just like, yeah, fuck it, let's blind buy it, and I have some regrets. Here's another one that I actually get a kick out of this one. I get a kick out of this one because I actually don't dislike it that much at all. I actually kind of like it. I think it's sort of like a hidden gem niche fragrance. It's a clone of Mason Margiela's By the Fireplace, but taken a little bit more intensely. So it's got more performance than the By the Fireplace. It smells, I got that marshmallowy, woody smell, but you also have, I don't know if you've ever smelled just like an incense store. Like if you walk past it, or just very Indian incense, kind of like also a Middle Eastern thing going on in this. This is a Lattafa fragrance as well. So, I mean, I got 2 Lattafas already in here. So that's saying a lot. Lattafa does make some hit or miss stuff, but this isn't a miss, right? It's just not safe to wear, right? It's just really, I can't wear it to work. I have worn it to work. I definitely have worn this. I mean, it's not like I haven't worn it. I have some experience with it. I got my friend a bottle. He likes it, and he ended up getting, I got my friend a sample of it. He ended up getting a Marell Oud Intense, which is, I think, the inferior version of this. It's got a little bit more of that like synthetic oud kind of thing going on. This doesn't really have that synthetic oud thing. This is like sweet. It's actually pretty sweet. It's not very like spicy. Maybe I can pull the notes up. That might help. But I'm getting even some vanilla in here. It's like caramel, smoky. There's smokiness of the incense going on. But let's see what the notes say. Yeah, I could see the caramel in there. There's oud in there, but I don't smell that. Sugar. I could totally feel that sugar smell. Incense in the base. Yes. Vanilla in the base, yes. Amber in the base, yes. I smell that. Yeah, musk too, sure. They can write all this stuff they want on here, and if confirmation bias permits. But anyway, it's very woody scent. It's got like a bunch of woods in the mids, top. The top notes are all wood. It's like, there's even a licorice note in here, but you don't smell like that at all. It smells like By the Fireplace. It smells like marshmallows roasting with incense burning nearby. It's very like warm smelling holiday scent. Like you're gonna wear this. You're gonna wear this in the cold. Hopefully you don't blast this in summer, but you know, we could always try. So, I mean, I'm feeling tempted now that I'm talking about these to start rocking them just to troll everybody, because you could really like make somebody very unhappy if you're rocking too much of this stuff, and they smell you. They're gonna be like, dude, they might not even know what cologne smells like, and then all of a sudden you walk up to them and they're like, am I being assaulted? You know, is this violence? I'm smelling. This is nice compared to the other two. So as I said, as I go down this list, I wear them a little bit more. This one during the holidays, cold and stuff, I might be tempted to rock this to the stores or something, but you know, it's totally a miss for me in general. Like I don't reach for these. These are in a bin in my closet usually, or in some other spot, right? So here's one that I'm sad about a little bit. So I wanted to like really love this because it did score a very insane clone of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Okay, I've worn Oud Wood. I had samples of it. I was on the hype train before I knew what it even smelled like. I wanted to buy a bottle of it before I even smelled it, right at the beginning of my journey. And I found this. So this is Maison Alabra. I'm pretty sure Maison Alabra is also just Latafa in a different name. It doesn't say Latafa on it anywhere, but this is a nice size bottle, pretty solid. I think I got this for $9 to $12. It was like super cheap, just sitting. It was sitting on the rack. Oh man, was this at? No, there's another one. I'm sorry. So there's one of these. There's a version that just smells just like this, same kind of bottle. It's called Oud Woody. Yeah, okay. So this one's called Woody Oud. It's a clone. The other one's called Oud Woody. You can find that in TJ Maxx. You can walk up to it. You can grab it for $7.99. It's totally hilarious because it really does smell like Tom Ford's Oud Wood. It's got that stanky, strange, kind of sophisticated but classy smell, and it isn't bad at all. It's juicy, like kind of wood. Like it's they say it's like woody. Yeah, I get the woody, I get the oud, but then it's got this like juicy kind of fresh wood. It's not. It's like a dank, wet kind of like smelling woods. There is also something like animalic going on, but not in a leather kind of way, an animalic kind of thing going on. I mean, this is super cheap. You can find it if you like the smell of oud wood, right? If you've smelled it and you wore it, this is that, but not 3, 4, whatever hundreds of dollars oud wood. Did cost last I checked, and it smells just like it. And I don't wear it at all. But when I do, it's kind of fun. I've heard someone say they smell burnt rubber or some kind of burning rubber chemical smell off of this, and I don't get that at all, but I can see where they're coming from when they say that. So, nothing to really gasp at, but it is weird, and that's not bad, it's just something smelling a little bit. People will remember you if you're wearing this, but it might not be a good opinion. I don't know, maybe it's just because of the way I look and the way I am and the way I carry myself that I just can't rock one of these. But I could see a dude in a suit, like really well kept dude in a suit, if he's got like a Rolex or some kind of nice whatever, he's got all this status he gets out of his expensive car and he smells like this, I'd be convinced, I'd be like, okay, that fits perfectly for me. But I drive a 2000 Camry, nothing too sophisticated. I'll just look and smell bad if I'm wearing this, generally speaking, but you could probably rock it. I can't. Now I said as I go, I wear these more, but this one I can't wear. I can never wear it. It is an oud rose scent. And now you guys might like something like this. If you spray this 3 times, you are committing felonies against people. This thing is unbelievably strong. It is so nuclear that it is like, I just smelled the inside of this cap, and I'm gonna smell it now. I'm gonna smell this for 2 days. So there's a story behind this. This is Frank Olivier's, right? Oud Touch. It's a clone. It's a clone of a Dior Privé fragrance, a super expensive Dior fragrance. I looked up the original fragrance because I smelled it on someone, and he showed me a picture of his collection, and he pointed and he's like, it's this one, Oud Ispahan, right? Oud Ispahan. It's an oud rose fragrance, right? There's an animalic thing going on, like kind of a little barnyardy touch of that. It is definitely sophisticated. It smells really good. But I'm smelling the dry down right now, and that's strong as it gets. When you spray this thing, man, it hurts almost. Like it's gonna hurt you for a little bit. It is a beast mode fragrance, and it definitely does the job. Like it over delivers. I think I got it for $18, like 18 to 20 something bucks. I can't remember spending any more than that on this. It was like a real I blind bought this because I really love the smell of that one. This guy would fill the whole clinic up. It was a big room. He'd walk in with this Oud Ispahan going, and he'd fill up the entire clinic with this thing. I don't even want to take the cap off again for fear of my life. But yeah, this thing's hilarious. If you really fucking... I mean, see, he's a Pakistani guy with a jewelry business, and he's just like a real G and a half. The guy shows up, he's got like pinky rings and stuff. Sick car, he's got another sick car, you know, Escalades and BMWs. He's like just really killing it. So the guy's like older guy too, and it just rocked so well on him. He's a fellow collector, you know. I talked to the guy whenever I'd see him, and he didn't even know the names of the stuff he was wearing. He just had such expensive. He would just buy expensive stuff and just be like, "Yeah, this was $700. The original $700. You know, it's a circular bottle, like a cylinder." And I looked it up. I couldn't afford that, and I did like it, so I was like, "Let me try this." This thing, absolutely. If you want something like an oud rose fragrance that just totally nukes everyone out of their seat, it smells the room. When he leaves, I smell it all over the building. It just like reaches out like with tendrils and just sits in the air. So yeah, man, probably the most beast mode fragrance that I have ever dealt with. I have 2 other ones or 3 other ones that aren't even on this desk. They're hidden in my closet. They're also up there with this, but this one, I could wear it. I could do it, but I'm gonna like absolutely steal all the attention with it. And if you are not trying to be the center of attention, don't wear it, because you're gonna absolutely nuke everybody. That's Oud Touch by Frank Olivier. So that one actually had a huge impact when I got that and smelled that. I sprayed it in my room, and I was like immediately regretting my decision to have sprayed it in my room. So here's where we get into another funky one that I was like, you know, I was still in my unsure phase, but I wanted to get some good stuff, and this was part of my, you know, journey. I don't know if I included it in my last video, but I smelled this on another guy. He had a beard, older guy. He was also some kind of Middle Eastern guy. I don't know what his nationality was, but he had, you know, big old white beard, shaved head, always had a suit, had an accent. And I smelled this, like, he came in the room, and we have a big room. This is Tom Ford Black Orchid, okay? Tom Ford Black Orchid. It is very complex of a scent. It smells like a lot of different things. You know, it's hard to do it justice. I have another fragrance called Black Widow. This also smells like Black Orchid, but a more Christmas approach to it. And I know that might be really, really complex, but if you were sitting here right now and I explained that to you and I had you smell them, this one's got that like little spicy thing, that Christmas spices. I don't know, maybe it's frankincense. Who the hell knows? But anyway, this is a full bottle. You know, it's insane. I don't even know why I have both of these guys, right? So that's like 2 Tom Ford Black Orchids that I have in different versions. So this is Black Orchid. It's a kind of expensive fragrance, you know, and I think there's 100 ml, yeah. 100 ml. Tom Ford has some really hit or miss stuff in my book, man. He's got a ton of stuff. This, you could say, oh, this smells like a grandma or an old lady or something. You can say that, yeah. But sometimes on the right person, I think I could rock this. It's dark rose fragrance, like florals, spicy floral rose fragrance with like some dark stuff in it. I know that you could read the notes online and it says all this stuff. It's got like these rare, different kind of like dessert and like fucking fungus smell. I don't even know, man. It's earthy, like, you know. When I rocked this though, and the way I smelled it off that guy, I was like, yeah, it doesn't smell like what you smell off the top here when you're walking around with it. Usually in winter I'll rock this. I really do like it though. Tom Ford Black Orchid. It's outside the box though, man. Like you're really, really going outside the box wearing something like this. You gotta be dressed up a little bit, or at least, I don't know, in the right like situation, because it could be a big miss. But I have worn the crap out of this. Actually, I think I wore like a good amount of this, because I was rocking this pretty. I wore it to work a couple times, but I've realized that I don't think that it's too safe. There's also a Creed fragrance, I think, that smells like this now. I think Creed also made a fragrance that smells like this profile, and you know, it's not a really unknown. It's not a very unknown fragrance. Like if you're into Tom Ford, you've probably heard of Black Orchid. It's at Sephora. Go smell it. It might throw you off though. It's not an oudy, gross fragrance, but it is a dark, mysterious, a little bit much on the nose fragrance. So from here on out, I wear them much more. I'm gonna follow up with the one that I don't wear as much as I wish I did. Tom Ford Beau de Jour. Now this is the opposite direction of what I just showed you. Like if this is grandma, this is grandpa. Okay. Now I don't want to do it disservice to this fragrance. It's absolutely killer, but it does have a sort of old man thing going on. Okay, hear me out. It's like one of those old school Italian barber shops, you know, that aromatic kind of that smell that's coming off of like the Barbasol, that's a mix of that shaving cream. You're gonna smell lavender like crazy. So lavender can be used in like a very masculine way. Like I wore Darlie today, right? Parfums de Marley Darlie. That's got lavender all over it, man. I smell lavender like crazy, but it's just done differently. It's done a little bit more gentle. Now, this has oak moss too. So I got another one with oak moss here that I'll talk about too. But oak moss can make you smell like an old school, like 70s, I don't know, 70s or 80s fragrances where they were just like ass kicking. They just smell sort of like an old man. Anyway, I have rocked quite a bit of this, but if your significant other doesn't give the seal of approval and you do hear that it smells like an old man from a couple people, and then you also think it does smell a little bit like an old man. Now, out of all the old man smelling scents in the barber shop fougere category, this is my favorite one of all of them. This is the most. Another one that's really interesting though, that's good too, in this vein, in this style, you got Drakkar Noir. It's in the same kind of vein, and it's super cheap. This was like 120 plus bucks, and it's only 50 ml, so you're gonna get spanked. But Tom Ford Beau de Jour, pretty solid. I did enjoy this, but I don't wear it as much as I could wear it. And now that it's really hot out, I don't know. Maybe if I shaved and I got a haircut and I was a really fresh looking dude, I'd probably rock this more. But you know, I'm a dark looking fella with a big old beard and long hair down to my shoulders, so it might not fit me to wear this. This is like, if I did shave, and if you guys do shave and you have a clean shave, you just clean shaved and you hit this, it's like an aftershave smell almost. It's like you just went to the barbers and got out of the barbers. It's actually really great for what it is. I just don't wear that type of mix a lot, and that's where this one comes in. I wear this a little bit more. This one's pretty freaking awesome. My friend got me this for Christmas. Shout out to Big Matt down in Virginia and his special dogs. They are very awesome. So this is a woody, aromatic, earthy, musky, warm, spicy smell. Now, it's got like, on this website here, it's got spices, vetiver, cashmere wood, and musk. It should say oak moss. I smell oak moss. I absolutely smell oak moss. It's got that thing going on, that little masculine kind of. This is a clone of Ancre Noir. Now, I don't know why they would clone Ancre Noir by Lalique, because it's basically the same price, unless it's harder to find or something now. There's a couple of different Ancre Noirs, and here's your Maison Alhambra, right? This is Latafa again. So I wear this, but not as much as you might think, especially in the super hot weather. But this is kind of down the road from this. How I explain this is kind of down the road. It's a little bit more woody, a little bit more. It's strong. It's definitely strong. It's got that green smell to it, like a green, fresh, woody, a little bit earthy. You know, vetiver can be like a grassy kind of green smell. It's got the vetiver right in the mids. I don't smell no cashmere wood, but okay. I don't know what that's supposed to smell like. Maybe some kind of smooth facet to it, but yeah. So sometimes they're just fluffing with those notes. They're just saying whatever, but you know, interesting. Definitely budget fragrance too. Like if it's not expensive. So all the Maison Alhambra stuff's like pretty dirt cheap, and this one's interesting. It stands out in my collection for sure. It's the only thing that does what it does in my collection. Second place to this. You know, I don't really have too many barbershop scents because I just don't gravitate towards them that much. So let's move on to my last Tom Ford in the list. Now this is the other direction from fresh and barbershoppy. This is a sample someone gave me, okay? I never need to buy Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille for multiple reasons. This sample will probably last me the rest of my life and someone else's life. I spray this 3 times. That's it. You're good. 3 sprays. 2 sprays. Go. So you're going to end up smelling like, this is just like, it's beautiful, like a sweet tobacco vanilla. That's Tobacco Vanille. And it's got these other things going on. It smells like, so I've had someone tell me when I wore this to work during a Christmas like event or whatever, one of the students there is like, yeah, it smells like a Dutch, you know, like a backwoods, like a vanilla Dutch that you roll up, you know, or you just smoke that, and like it does smell like a cigar. Smells like a Dutch, like right out of 7-Eleven. Like if you want to go smell the vanilla, you know, with the wood tip, I forgot what they're called, go smell one of those. It's pretty fucking close to this, except this is obviously refined, made for that event. It might have like some fig kind of fruity thing in it. Hey man, this is a masterpiece. There's some clones of it now though. You got Charuto. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's Charuto. It's got a little guy on the front. Anyway, I got that for my friend for Christmas, and he's got Tobacco Vanille now for the rest of his life, basically. It smelled exactly the same, if not better in its own way. But yeah, so someone gifted me this. Same person gifted me a bottle of Bleu de Chanel. And it was one of my patients, and he is a really great guy. I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, so this thing, I think this is a 10 ml sample. It's going to last me forever. I didn't even get it full either. It was probably to the top of that sticker. And I've used it for like 2 years now, you know. So this is my Christmas scent. I wear this on Christmas a lot. So like those Christmas, when you go to family dinners and stuff, or when you're at this like Thanksgiving or Christmas event, something like that, I would wear this, man. It's really a festive smell for me, the way it smells. You could wear this in a lot of occasions though, like date nights and stuff, if you're comfortable with who you are, and especially if you smoke a cigar and you got this around. It's like the nicest cigar smell with vanilla and some fruitiness and figs and just really smooth. So yeah, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Now I got 4 more, so hold on. It's another boozy fragrance, not like Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. This one's in the direction of Dior Homme Intense. So I have that too, but I don't wear this as much as the Dior Homme Intense. I don't even wear the Dior Homme Intense that much, but there's like a vanilla, rum, leather, iris. So I smell the iris in this, that powdery, weird little flower that smells fresh, powdery, little different. Yeah, soft smelling. So this also has a whiskey thing going on in it. And it's Givenchy's Gentleman Reserve Privé. So good luck with the name. Gentleman Reserve Privé. Says it on the bottom. Right, 100 ml. Probably around $100. Maybe you can get it for 80. You know, it's pretty. I like it a lot. This thing is cool. Better in the cold weather. I don't like, we can see how much I wore. I actually wore quite a bit. It's almost halfway, okay? So I actually have worn quite a bit. You could spray a couple of these. You could see the dent is actually this big. So you could spray this like maybe 5, 6, 7 times. It's going to stay on your clothes. It's going to stay, you know, pretty strong. It's sort of in that Bentley for Men Intense, Dior Homme Intense kind of direction. I'm trying to think. It could be, yeah, it's a little bit more mass appealing than you might think. It's actually, you can get away with this. It doesn't smell like an old man at all. There's no spicy thing going on in it at all. It's just a smooth, boozy, vanillic, like holiday fragrance or date night fragrance or something. It's kind of masculine, so if you're not feeling too masculine and rugged, then yeah. So that basically concludes the ones that I don't wear at all. Now I have 2 on here that are a little bit challenging that you should think before you wear them. Okay, everybody hypes these up because whatever reason, right? So Mancera Cedrat Boise Intense. Now, if you guys smell it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's fantastic." It's like a fruity, juicy Creta Ventus style DNA with the soft white musk that it dries down into, and has this green kind of smelling facet, while also being like zesty, lemony citrus with this leather that just holds that. It just holds the whole time you're wearing it. That leather. I mean, that's what sets this apart for me for any other Mancera fragrance. It's not going to be my most worn, though. I ordered Cosmic Pepper today. I'm going to end up wearing the crap out of that. That's like their most mass appealing fragrance, in my opinion. Mancera has too many fragrances. I've tried maybe 15 of them. And yeah, this one's the one I ended up buying first. So I got Cedrat Boise Intense first. 120 ml bottle. You can get it for like 110 bucks, 120 bucks. Don't get it for any more than that. It's very masculine smelling. So I don't really wear it if I don't want to challenge anyone too much. I mean, you could get away with it. I get compliments on it, but it's not necessarily just friendly for everyone. You're going to smell like you're wearing cologne. You're going to smell like a little different. It's a little bolder. So yeah, it's on the list, but I wear it a lot compared to everything else that I just showed you. We're getting into the I actually wear these and they're bold kind of category. So I'm just going to show you one more that I smelled it in the store, and this phenomenon happens when you go to the store to smell fragrances. You're going to spray a bunch of different ones. You're probably wearing one already because you like to wear them. You're into this. You probably sprayed some at home, went to the store, sprayed some on your hand, smell your hand, go back, smell your other hand. Now you got them all over. So that's kind of what happens to me when I go to like a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's. Like I'm there, I want to smell a couple different ones that pique my interest, and then get the hell out of there, because your nose goes bad so quickly. Like my nose has gone bad like smelling 2 fragrances. I gotta go, because now everything else I smell is gonna get kind of corrupted by your nose tunes stuff out right away. Bam. I think this is men's fragrance of the year on Fragrantica. This is Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. It's a pretty sweet bottle. Mine has some imperfections. I don't know why. Some of the gold is like, I don't know, a little chipped on the chest there and on his front parts. But anyway, let's talk about what this. I'm already this far down. I didn't even realize I've worn that much of it. So I'm already here. Let's see what kind of size bottle we got here. Oh, it's got the perfumer's name on it. Antonio Puig, Le Male Elixir Parfum, 125 ml. Yeah, okay. This was $160 though. All right, so I didn't like it when I first smelled it. I sprayed it on my hand. I was like, what in God's name is this? And then it didn't smell, it smelled bad. Like it actually just smelled like a mess of like weird notes, and it didn't smell good. I was like, I can't believe that everyone's hyping this so much. And I got the hell out of there. Even my fiance smelled it, and she was like, yeah, I don't know about that. So months go by or whatever, and then this kid that I'm working with comes in smelling like a boss, and I'm just like, yo, that smells amazing, man. What is that? I could smell like this lavender thing going on, and like maybe some honey, and like this whole like mix down. But there was a Jean Paul Gaultier kind of feeling, the tonka bean, maybe the way they do that, and the way they use their vanilla or whatever the hell their proprietary mixes are that they put like as they construct. Like I could smell Mancera. When I smell Mancera, all their fragrances have a similar construction, something that they must use that is like their signature patented, I guess, chemicals or mix of chemicals. So Jean Paul Gaultier does do that well. All of their line, I have 4 of them. I've smelled like 8 or 9 of them. I've worn maybe 7 or 8 of them. So this one though, I ended up buying, man. I bought it at the retail store for 160 bucks. It came with a 10 ml Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Parfum sample. I gave that to one of my friends. He's loving that. I don't really like that one, but yeah, this is like a warm take, but man, it's loud. You can spray the crap out of this. It lasts a long time, and This one, if you did blind buy it, you know, you might not regret that, because it is mass appealing. It's a designer scent. Just for the price though, for 160 bucks, you're now talking, you could get a small collection for that. You can get a lot of things here that are gonna do the job of many different fragrances for you. So, you know, is this, well, you could use this all the time? Yeah, I'm gonna try wearing it maybe tomorrow, you know, in the middle of a 90-degree heat wave. I'm gonna see how this thing goes in the heat. You know, I'm gonna see if it lasts all day. On the other guy that I knew, it lasted him all day. I smell him after a couple hours, still kicking off of him, 4 or 5 hours. It's just ripping off of him. So, yeah, it was kind of cool that somebody else had it on, and I didn't have like a nose blindness problem. Because when I did first smell this, I did mess my nose up somehow. So anyway, that's the last one I'm showing you. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir. So, yeah, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fragrances. All right, 11 fragrances, 36 minutes, a little bit of story time involved. I treat these videos a little bit more like a podcast, a little bit less like a fragrance reviews. Like, I'm talking to you a little bit more about what these all kind of, how these played in, how the psychology behind them exists, how you're going to wear them, how I thought about them when I first got them, and then I wore them for a while and things changed. There's a story behind everything. Memories tied to scent just as much as it is, maybe even more than anything else. If you smell somebody and they remind you of something, that could be changing a lot of your perception in the moment. So anyway, thanks guys, appreciate it. We'll do another video. I'm gonna just keep hitting these videos because I love doing it. Anyway, peace.